Again, Joel, thanks so much for having me today. Justin and I met Joel, as he said, a couple weeks ago and had a great exchange with him, and we think that, we've got some great value that you guys here on the webinar are going to learn a lot today, so get ready. And what I want to do first is just address the title of our presentation, Mentoring Your Way to Millions, How to Build a Labor Force of Interns to Grow Your Business at Warp Speed. Now, some of you might think, mentoring your way to millions. Now, what does that mean? What exactly are you talking about? Well, what I promise you is through this presentation, I'm going to help transform your mindset where you're going to think about how giving back and helping the future workforce learn things on the job, by doing that, you're going to be able to grow your business. So we're going to show you how you're going to mentor your way to millions. So stay tuned for the entire presentation. Now, I'm sure tons of you probably have felt like this guy that you're seeing right now on your screen. Pulling your hair out, you've got tons of things going on. So what I want to talk about first is, before we get started talking about what interns can do for you, let's talk about some of the things that are really bothering you and your business and what's facing your problems that you're facing in your business. You might oftentimes you feel overwhelmed as a business owner. I know I have in the past. I know that there's so much that you need to get done. You probably feel like you want to work less. You're working way too many hours. You want to grow your business. You want to make more money. You can't keep up with your competition, and you may have tried outsourcing, but you might have gotten burned by virtual assistants. And I'm sure you can relate to this fact that your list of projects and tasks and everything that you need to get done keeps getting bigger, or if you get them started, they oftentimes get killed or never started. And most importantly, you don't have enough time for your family, your friends, and for yourself, because quite often as business owners, we put ourselves last because we have so many other things, competing for our attention. So again, before the end of the presentation, we're going to show you some great resources and how to use interns to help relieve some of these problems that you have in your business. So before we jump into that, I just want to tell you a little bit about who we are. As Joel said, Justin is my husband and business partner. That's Justin there on the left and me on the right. And we're a husband and wife team. We've had a business. We've been in business since 2003 doing a host of different things. We've had 3 different businesses in 2 different countries. Justin has a corporate America background, and I have a Capitol Hill political background. So we've meshed our skill sets, and we've created all these great businesses. We're published authors, speakers, and educators in real estate investing and entrepreneurship, which we've been doing now for, as I said, over 8 years. And most importantly, we're now the foremost experts on how small business owners and entrepreneurs can start their own internship program. So a lot of people ask us, well, how did you start using interns? It's such an interesting concept. How did you get started with interns? So, it's a funny story, sort of. What happened is about 3 years ago, we owned those 3 businesses I was talking about. We were living in a different country, but the majority of our business was in the U.S. And we just had a new baby, and she was turned about 1 year old, and everything was going great, but we were really, 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 really busy with our business, and we were also really busy, if anyone has children on the line can relate, busy just settling into being a new parent. So we've got all these balls in the air, and we're trying to do all these things, and, well, I accidentally got pregnant. Now, it doesn't mean that we weren't planning to have more children, but we definitely weren't planning to have a child that quickly. We had a 1-year-old. We had 3 businesses we were running. So you can imagine the stress that was on us as we were leading up to having our second child. Well, we had our second child, Sebastian. That's him there in a little Google outfit, our little Google guy. And it was awesome. We had this great second baby. But guess what? We now are what we like to call, and some of you may have heard this term, we were now proud parents of 2 under 2. That's Stella, our oldest, holding Sebastian when he was born. Now, if you can imagine, 2 under 2, that's 2 in diapers, 2 needing a lot of attention, and we also had these 3 businesses. Well, I was on maternity leave, and Justin and I are business partners, so there was no way I could take care of 2 children in diapers and help run all these businesses. I was doing the best I could, but Justin was coming home after working all day, and he looked like, as I say, a deer in headlights. He just looked like he couldn't keep up. I looked the same because I didn't know what I was going to do, and we were throwing our hands up in the air. We really couldn't afford to bring on a ton of new staff, and we couldn't bring on any more contractors or virtual assistants. We had those. What were we going to do? We now had another mouth to feed. So Justin had always been intrigued by the idea of interns, and he randomly was contacted on Twitter by his alma mater, Penn State, and he ended up getting 3 new interns within 3 weeks, and they came on board and they were doing great things. Then he was getting 5 interns. One thing led to the next, and as they say, that rest is history. So many people were so excited about what we were doing and how we were using interns in our business that we created a system and some products to show people how to use interns to grow their business. So as they say, the rest is history. So let's dive right in. Let's go back to those big problems that you're facing in your business that we talked about just a few minutes ago. You heard about some of the problems that we faced in our business 3 years ago and how interns, helped us. So let's now talk about some of those problems that you might face in your business and that most people we talk to in business face. Money, you're not making enough of it, or more importantly, you might be making a ton of money, but you're not keeping enough of it because you've got a huge staff or you've got a huge advertising budget, whatever, you're not keeping enough. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. The other one is you're working too much. I'm sure that just about everybody on this call wishes they could work less. You went into business for yourself to work less, not more. Unfortunately, as business owners, we oftentimes find ourselves working way too much. And as we talked about before, projects get tabled. They're killed or they're never started. You have sticky notes all over your office, whiteboards full of great ideas and projects that you want to work on, but you just don't have the time to get them done. You can't keep up with your competition. If you don't have the time to grow your business, how can you innovate and create and keep up with your competition who's leaving you behind? Big problem a lot of businesses face. And again, not enough time with your family, friends, or yourself. And that was the one thing that Justin and I were facing when we had a second child and all these businesses and all these balls in the air. We weren't having enough time to spend with our new kids, that we just had much less ourselves and our friends and our family. So this, I'm sure you can all relate to. Every business owner at some point in their business has related to these problems. So again, we found interns, but why are they a solution? How can they be a solution for you, the business owner? They're smart and college educated. They've all applied to a college and they've gotten into college, and some of them have already graduated from college. So they're smart individuals. They're already trained how to do a lot of things that you might need help with in your business. They're hardworking and motivated. I mean, who would take an internship if you weren't hardworking and motivated? They bring new and fresh ideas to your company, and this one is the great one because they're an outside set of eyes coming into your business, and they're bringing in these amazing new ideas, innovative, creative, and sometimes as business owners we get stuck in just doing the day-to-day, so we can't come up with new ideas and fresh ideas, and they really bring that to the business, and it's great. And this is the other great thing, is there are no to low cost and no to low risk. So you can bring an intern on, and unlike bringing on an employee, you can bring an intern on, and there's very little risk in bringing on someone to help you with your business with an internship. I want to also talk about why now is the best time to talk about getting interns to work for your business. And this picture you're looking at here is, between a rock and a hard place. Now, all business owners find themselves in this position. You can't grow without more capital, but you can't get more capital unless you grow. So you have a capital and a human resources problem. So in order to grow, most businesses need to hire more people in order to grow. So you're stuck in between this rock and a hard place. So hiring an intern, bringing an intern on is a solution there. But guess what? New workers entering the workforce, they're in an even bigger rock and a hard place right now. You've all heard the saying, I can't get a job without experience, but no one will give me a job. No, I can't get any experience without a job. So, if you're a new worker and you go out and someone says, well, you don't have any experience, why would I hire you? How are you going to get that experience? Well, the only way to do that is to be an intern. And some other things to think about why now, specifically right now, is the best time, because there's a ton of people out there looking for internships because we have the worst job market since the Great Depression. And guess what? 2 in 10 of these people that are age 16 to 24 in the U.S., they're unemployed. They're the highest percentage of unemployed in our country right now in the U.S. and more than likely across the world if we have people on the call outside of the U.S. They are the unemployed. They're the highest percentage because they're competing with a lot of people who've lost their jobs, who are older workers, and you can't compete with that if you have no experience. And the other statistic I just want to share with you is we also have the largest percentage of 18 to 34-year-olds living at home. And that's because they cannot afford to leave home because they do not have jobs and they can't afford to get a place of their own. So that's why now is the best time. Businesses and the new workers in the workforce right now are facing, this rock and a hard place. And that's why interns and business owners, it's a match made in heaven. Simply put, everybody wins in the scenario when you hire an intern. There's some solutions that other people have said, well, why wouldn't I just hire a virtual assistant? I could just hire a virtual assistant and they can help me do all this. Why would I hire interns? And it's a valid question. And there's some problems here with that thought process. you can hire virtual assistants, and we have hired them, and we continue to hire them on certain things. And we have a domestic-based virtual assistant, and she does all of our customer service. She helps us maintain our day-to-day business. Mindless tasks that help us maintain our business. So she does our customer service. She makes sure if people have issues getting access to their membership site, she helps us with some of our database. Those are sort of mindless, minimum wage tasks. Well, an intern will actually help you grow your business. They're going to help you do things where you're going to grow your business, not just the day-to-day mundane maintain a business. Interns are going to help you grow, and that's why interns are better than domestic-based virtual assistants. You could hire a domestic virtual assistant. They speak English, which is a big problem with offshore outsourcing. When you hire an offshore outsourcing company, it's great. It's very inexpensive. Again, though, they're just handling the day-to-day. And then you also have these other huge problems, and we actually don't outsource at all anymore overseas because of this. Language barriers. You don't want them doing any writing for you or interfacing with your customers for the most part because there's a huge language barrier. There's also the time zone problems. Oftentimes, when you're going to bed, your virtual assistant's just getting up. In some cases, that's great. If they're working on perhaps a Craigslist project where it's cut and paste, maybe you want them doing that while you're sleeping, so when you wake up in the morning, you have some things in your inbox. But that's not a project for an intern. There's also those internet and phone problems that you have with the virtual assistant. So they're really not a solution to helping you grow your business. An intern is the solution. Another solution that sometimes people say, well, I should just hire an employee. You can go out and hire an employee. Why would I hire an intern? Well, for some obvious reasons, and this is not rocket science. You have employee taxes to worry about, benefits, and the cost of a wrong hire. And this one is the key here. Industry experts estimate that the cost of hiring the wrong person is about 150 to 300% of their annual salary if you make a bad hire. Think about that. That's a staggering number. If you hire the wrong person, it's not just the first, if you fire them over the first couple of weeks. It's the long-term effects of a wrong hire. Versus an intern, you can bring them on and you can test drive that intern who you may want to hire later as an employee. It's a great way to test drive future employees or future contractors. So, interns solve that problem. And the other problem with hiring an employee is how many of you can't stand it if you've got somebody on payroll, yet you haven't had the time to manage them and give them a task or a project, or there's nothing for them to do, there's not enough work, but you still have to pay them because they're your employees. So, hiring an employee really, really is not a solution for building your business. And it's not a new concept. In fact, internships have actually been around since the 15th century, and they referred to as apprenticeships. I'm sure you've heard of them. And this funny little cartoon, I thought we would add this into the presentation. It says, I bet we could have put you together if we'd gone through all the King's Union's apprentice programs. So, a little humor here, but, if apprenticeships have been around, there is nothing new. We call them internships now because people aren't actually coming and living in your home, and they're not there for 7 years. That's the difference in an internship and apprenticeship. But the concept, it's nothing new. Corporate America has been using interns for decades. They've used internships to not only grow their business, but they also use them as a fertile ground for hiring new employees. It's their way of doing recruitment of new employees. So, corporate America is using it. They're smart enough. Small business are starting to catch on as well. If you don't catch on, your competition will. We talk to people on a daily basis who are getting the concept, and they're going out and hiring interns, and they're helping to grow their business. I just talked to somebody about 3 new interns. Think of the impact of that. Your competition is getting 3 interns, and you're not. And in case you don't think interns are a viable solution, check out this. How many people, Joel, have you seen this movie, The Social Network?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if when you were watching the movie or not, Mark Zuckerberg went out, and when he had the concept of Facebook, he said, well, I think they had $19,000 of startup money, him and his partner. So he went out and he hired unpaid interns to help him build Facebook. He went out, and he was smart enough to know that he could harness the power of these young minds, creative minds, to help him code and build Facebook. I mean, it's pretty powerful if you think about it. Facebook is really the #1 business out there. Everybody's looking at them. Everybody's on Facebook. I'm sure everybody's been on Facebook at some point today or gotten a message from Facebook. So think about it. He was smart enough to build this empire that he's built with the help of interns. They still have interns. They have a huge internship program at Facebook. So it's an interesting concept. I'm not telling you to go out and build the next Facebook with interns, but maybe you will. But it's something to think about, that this isn't something new. That's something that if you're not doing, you really should be doing. It should be having that head-smacking moment right now. So I wanted to take a break now and just say, you've heard now, by now I know you're sold on the fact that an intern can help you really grow your business, but you might be thinking, okay, I could get an intern, they could come work for me, but what the heck would I have them do? I have no idea what an intern would do for me. Well, they can do just about anything for you to help you grow your business. We talked about this earlier. You want to do things, throughout the presentation I've been talking about, having the intern do things to help you grow your business. You don't want to put them on mindless tasks like the virtual assistant. That's fine. Those are tasks they need to be doing. But you want to do things that are going to help you get more leads, help you get more prospects, more sales, more revenue, and more profits at the end of the day. So you don't want to put them on mindless tasks. These people are educated. They're excited. They're motivated. They're hardworking. They want to do great things for you. Definitely don't be sending them to Starbucks. I'm sure you've heard jokes, and then you've probably seen skits where people send their interns out for Starbucks runs. That's a really bad use of a great mind. So what you want your intern to do is do things that are going to help you grow your business. So this is what, we keep talking about growing your business. What we've decided is people think, well, I need some tangible ideas. I still need to understand, what could an intern do? What do you think? What are the best things? So what we've done is we've picked out the top 10 intern tasks that we think for just about any business owner out there. Doesn't matter who you are, what type of business you have, online, offline, if you're in the U.S., if you're in the UK, if you're in Australia, if you're bricks and mortar, it really doesn't matter. These are the top 10 tasks we think that are going to help you grow your business through the use of interns. And I'll do them in a little David Letterman style. Number 10 is video marketing. Number 9 is press release marketing. Number 8 is social media marketing. That's all things Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and tying that all together in your marketing messages. Website analytics, research, blogging. Number 4 is new product, service, and development of those services. Number 3, search engine optimization, or SEO. And number 2, writing and copyright. Tons of interns out there want to help you with that. And of course, the number 1 intern task is building your business. All the tasks we listed on the previous page work in any business, but your business is unique to you. So you're going to want to have interns work on things that are specific to your business. You can have them do all of those things we talked about, but you want them working on projects and tasks to help you build your business. So sometimes people say, well, okay, this is great. You're telling me all these things that interns can do, but how have interns helped you? What have they done for you in your business? Do you walk the talk? Well, we definitely walk the talk. They've done some amazing things for us. In fact, Cassie, who was one of our star interns, she was our public relations and press release intern. And she did all sorts of things. She helped me with my press releases, writing them. She helped build a media kit for us, but she also got us an interview with Fortune.com. How many people out there would love to be interviewed by Fortune? It's an amazing opportunity, and now we can say we were interviewed by Fortune.com, and that would not have happened without her assistance in our press department. We've had people research competition for us. Some of our interns, Mike, who you'll meet later. You'll actually also meet Cassie later. We have a little segment from her. Mike helped us research competition. In fact, he helped us put together our intern profit system. So he went out and told us, what are other companies doing to help businesses start internship programs, and what information is out there, and what are your competition, and how can we partner, and just everything from A to Z. He helped us with launching this new product. So he, big thing was researching the competition. They've implemented home study courses for us. And I don't know, Joel, if you're a consumer of a lot of home study courses, but Justin is, and I always say, are you going to take the plastic off of that thing? Is it just for show on our bookshelf? So what we've done is we've had interns come in to help us on different parts of our business, and we have home study courses that we haven't had the time to implement. So we've given them to our interns, and the great thing about this is twofold. One, they're really, really good at researching, reading, and taking information and putting it together in an actual plan, because that's what they've done for years in college. So they've had to research or read a textbook and then come back and report back on what's in it. So we've had them do that, and then we've actually had them implement what's in the home study course working together with us. So, we win because we actually start implementing some things that we've purchased in the past and we've never done anything with, and they win because it's basically giving them incredible on-the-job training. So those home study courses, we had them implemented. they've documented policies and procedures so we can pass them on to our virtual assistant or for the next intern that comes on board. In fact, they helped us find and close a property for our real estate investing business. Now, I don't know how many people on here invest in real estate, but if you could have somebody to go out and help you with that business and help you find property to buy and actually help you close on it, that's pretty incredible. So I'm actually going to show you next. I'm just going to let Ben tell you his story. This is one of our interns, Ben, and this is what he did to help us with our real estate investing business.
Hi, Ben Carpenter here. I'm a student at Penn State. I'm actually an intern for a real estate investor, Justin Lee of JL Investing. Right now we're here at Long Foster, Bethlehem, PA. We're actually at the settlement for one of the properties, my first property actually, that I found for Justin. This summer I've been searching through the MLS, through our hot zip codes, trying to find properties that were great deals, great cash flow producing properties. And I actually came across this property at 436 North Hall Street through the HUD-1 statement, kind of just showing the buyers and sellers closing costs. This is just proof showing that this is my first property that I helped Justin to acquire, and hopefully there will be many more to follow. This pretty much concludes the settlement process, so I'm going to sign off now, but hopefully I'll be back soon.
Well, we obviously had some technical issues on that, so I'm sorry you didn't actually get to see the video, but you heard what he had to say. As you can see, he actually went and did the closing for us. So can you imagine what kind of on-the-job training that is for an individual, wanting to go into real estate? That's pretty impactful for the intern, and obviously for us, we don't live in Pennsylvania, but we were able to buy a house in Pennsylvania, and all we had to do was give him the ability to close for us. So it was really hands-off, and the best part is that piece of property cash flows $700 a month for us. So, it's helped build our business, but he had a great opportunity as well. So what else have interns done for us? Well, they've helped us with our SEO, that's search engine optimization, and that's everything from article writing and blogging. And I'm sure, I don't know if everybody on the call, is familiar with what SEO is, but if you have a web presence, you need to be doing article writing and blogging. You can have a website, but if you have people coming to your website, it's useless. So interns are really, really good at this because they're very good writers, and you can find a ton of interns who want to just write because they want to build a portfolio of products that they've written so that they can go on and show their next employer. So they write really great articles. We've had them do our social media. They help us go out and build our list of Twitter followers. They've helped us create our Facebook fan pages and actually get people to like our fan pages. Chris, one of our interns, worked on that and has helped us with our LinkedIn. We were lacking in our LinkedIn strategies, so he really went out and helped us build our LinkedIn presence online. They've also helped us with video creation and submission. We had one of our interns last year, Zach. He helped us build out a website called Stop Foreclosure San Diego, and he did this all through video creation and submission. And another intern we have right now, Tina, she creates amazing videos. I actually got chills watching the video she did for us last week. It's her passion, but if anybody's trying to get a video created for your business, it's really expensive. Well, she wants to create a portfolio of videos for her business, for her future employer, and that's something that she's passionate about and she wants to do. Well, she's creating videos for us that look amazing, but she's building her portfolio. So it's a win-win for both of us. We've had interns attend webinars and seminars and taken notes. So, you can't always be everywhere at the same time. So we had a real estate intern, Jackie. She was doing all of our real estate investing here in San Diego, the work for us. And there was a seminar up in Los Angeles that we couldn't go to, so we sent her. So she was able to go and take notes and report back to us everything that she learned. But guess what? It was a learning opportunity for her, too. So you can see these things start being a win-win for everybody. We've had our interns do Google Analytics and split testing. Joe was one of our interns. You'll meet him later as well. He did a lot of analytics for us, helped us understand what was working, what wasn't working. Again, you can have a website all day, but if you don't know if people are coming to it and what they're doing when they get there, what's the point in having a website or even marketing pieces driving people to a website? So Joe did that, and these are great tasks that the interns have done for us, and they can do all of these great things for you as a business owner as well, and much, much more. So now you might think, well, how did you train your interns on these tasks? I'm not an expert in all those things you just talked about. How would you train them on a task? Well, it's pretty easy. For some things, we are experts. I have a PR background. Justin and I have both been in real estate for a long time. We're very involved with social media and SEO, so we understand those areas. So we've taught our interns quite often. We teach them ourselves. On certain things, they've done their own research or they've shown initiative. If there's something in video marketing that we know we want to do video marketing, we know a lot about it, but there's a little nuance that we need researched. They've done that on their own and they've shown initiative. We've given them materials to self-teach. We talked about earlier those home study courses. We've given them those. We've also arranged for them to have expert interviews where they've had trainings from experts. We found online courses for them to go to. We've sent them to seminars. There's a ton of different ways to train your intern if it's not something that you're an expert on. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the presentation. By now you know you want an intern and you've got some ideas of what you want them to do, but you're thinking, well, how much do interns cost me? How much do you have to pay them? Well, there's different ways you can have an intern. You can have unpaid interns, and we've had unpaid interns. All of our interns have been unpaid. We've brought them on, and they've worked for us for a certain amount of period of time, and they've worked for free in exchange for the on-the-job training. You can pay your interns. If you pay them, you must pay them at least minimum wage. You can. It's one of it's an organization that comes out with information on internships, and they said that for a non-technical intern, positions generally range from $10 to $20 per hour, but you only have to pay them minimum wage in your state. If you do decide to pay them, you could give them a stipend, so that's something that you could do, or a commission. While all of our interns were unpaid, we did give Ben, the intern, a commission on helping us find that real estate deal. So he earned a commission. You can give them a bonus. We've given interns bonuses for some amazing work. They do a really good job. So while they've been brought in as unpaid interns, we've bonused them out. You can give them perks like free parking or transportation costs if they're actually coming to your office. Most interns, all of the interns that we have, they work remotely, but if you have an intern that comes to your office, you can give them some parking. We take all of our interns to lunch. If they work here in San Diego, we always meet up with them and make sure we're taking them to lunch. There's tons of different ways that you can give your interns some perks. And of course, giving them the training really is the way to compensate them. That training and development on the job, whether that's training that you give them on the job, whether that's that home study course or giving them an online training or sending them to a seminar, they're there to learn, and that is their compensation, is learning. Networking opportunities, that's the way you can compensate your intern. Giving them opportunities to go out and meet other like-minded individuals in the profession that they want to be in, because ultimately what they need out of this internship is not only a resume, something on their resume, but they need new contacts so that they can go further their career in that career field or profession. So any networking opportunities. If you have an event, bring them along, invite them, if they're coming to your office, or if it's something that you can't attend, let them go. Our real estate intern, she was able to go network with not only did she learn when she went to the seminar, Jackie was able to network as well. And of course, the big one is you want to make sure you're giving your intern a reference. So that's the big one. If they've done a really good job at the end of their internship, a reference, a referrals to other companies that might be interested in hiring someone with their skill set, those are the things. So how much do interns cost you? They don't have to cost you anything but your time and resources to help train them, and then they will be giving you back, work products to help you grow your business. So most interns actually work for free. Now you might be thinking, well, why would anyone take an unpaid internship? Well, there's three main types of students who will take an unpaid internship with your company. They're the interns that want to have an internship. Those are your super motivated, hardworking interns. They're your overachievers. They want to get real-world experience so they can go on and do great things in their career or profession. There's interns that have to get an internship. So these are students who have to complete an internship in order to graduate from college. So they need to either fulfill a credit hour of internship, or they need to pass a course and they have to have an internship. So these are people who have to. They have a vested interest in working for you as the business owner, and you actually ultimately give them a grade. So if they don't perform, they don't get a good grade and they don't graduate from college. So there's a huge incentive for them to take that internship. Then there's the interns that need to get an internship. Remember the story earlier about the rock and the hard place, those individuals who can't get a job because they don't have any experience. Well, these people need to take an internship in order to further their career and get that dream job in the profession that they want to. So those are your three types of people who will take an unpaid internship. Now, what I want to do now is share with you a case study, and this is the case study around someone who wanted an internship. This is Mike O'Donnell. I'll let him speak for himself. It's a quick video from him, but he wanted to get an internship.
Hi, my name is Mike O'Donnell, and I'm a senior at Penn State University. Last year when I was a junior, I knew that I really wanted to get an internship because I needed to get more experience down my resume than what I currently had. And one of my goals has also been that one day I want to start my own business. So working and interning with an entrepreneur was something that was very important to me. So obviously I was very excited when I got my internship with Justin and Dreama. And throughout the entire internship, they really taught me a ton about internet marketing that I never would have gotten a chance to learn if I didn't get that internship. And, also working directly with two successful entrepreneurs taught me a lot about what it takes to be a successful business owner and run a company. So as somebody that is still in college right now, every year I see tons of hardworking, highly motivated students like myself that want to get an internship. And all you need to do is give them quality, meaningful work, and you really will be surprised at what you get in return. And, Justin and Dreama's intern profit system makes it really easy to set up a quality internship program and continue to run it and get new interns semester after semester. So remember, there's tons of smart, highly motivated students like myself out there that want to get an internship so they can get some experience before they enter the workforce. There's really never been a better time to hire interns because there's so many quality students out there, and there's just not enough internships to go around. And Justin and Dreama really are the best people to teach you everything that you need to know to set up your very own internship program. And speaking personally to Justin and Dreama right now, I just want to say thank you guys very much for the opportunity that you gave me, and I really appreciate everything that you've taught me so far. Thank you guys.
Okay, so that was Mike, and he wanted to get an internship. You heard that straight from him. He was super motivated. He's actually doing some amazing things. He just now, we spoke to him actually 2 weeks ago. He has a new job, and he came in as an entry-level sales guy selling fire water sprinklers. So he has this huge interest in doing internet marketing, and so he's basically, long story short, taken over the internet marketing for his business. They were paying somebody $3,000 a month to do SEO, social media, etc., and he accomplished more in 2 months from what he learned on the job with us than this company had done in 6 months. So, pretty powerful stuff, and I can't tell you how great that makes me feel, but he did all that amazing stuff for us as well, where we were spending $3,000 a month on an SEO company that he did for us as well when he was here. So let's move on to the intern. Why would an intern take an unpaid internship, and talk about an intern who had to get an internship. This is Joe. I talked about him earlier. Joe Flynn helped us with our analytics, and this is what he had to say. I had to get an internship because my major requires that I complete a 300-hour internship in order to graduate. Thank you so much, Justin and Dreama, for giving me the opportunity to work on your website and run split tests and usability tests. It has helped me tremendously, and I love the work I've done with you. So you can see he had to get an internship because he had to pass his 300-level internship, 300-hour internship in order to graduate. So he worked for us he actually worked a bit more than 300 hours. He was a very good intern. So, he had to get an internship. And this is Cassie. I talked about her earlier. She needed an internship, and I'm going to let her tell her own story here.
Hi, my name is Cassie Johnson, and I needed to get an internship because, unfortunately, I did not do one in college. I was working 2 jobs as well as going to school full-time and unable to spare some extra time for an internship. Unfortunately, when I graduated in 2007, I realized that I didn't have the experience I needed to get a career started. So I worked a couple of different desk jobs. I lost a job. I was on unemployment for a year. And wanting to kickstart that career, I really wanted to get experience, but unfortunately, no one wants to take you on without the experience, but you can't get the experience if no one takes you on. So it it becomes a bit of a vicious cycle, and I thought to myself, well, I never did the internship in college, why not now? And I looked around and tried to get some internships, and luckily I was able to get an internship with Justin and Dreama. It's been really great. I'm doing press releases for them. I'm learning a lot about the PR world, which is the career field that I would like to get into. So it's definitely helpful for me, but it's also helpful for them because I'm able to assist them in growing their business and getting the PR arm of their business growing and get the press out there about their company. So it's very helpful for them as well. And, you know, there's plenty of people, especially in this economy, that are just like me, motivated, educated, who really need this. And, you know, we really need the experience. I know I need the experience, and I can't do anything in my career without it. So definitely I recommend starting an internship program with your company. It will be beneficial to both you as well as them.
Okay, so that's Cassie, and you know, she is the one who helped us get that Fortune.com interview. She also helped us get a bunch of guest blog posts on some pretty good blog sites. So, you know, but her story is a bit heartbreaking, but she's really the story of a lot of individuals right now who are unemployed, and they're oftentimes working at Starbucks because they can't get a job because they don't have the experience. So now you've heard, you know, why would anybody take an unpaid internship, and you understand that you can have an unpaid internship. But you might think, can I really have unpaid interns? Is that really true? Can I do that? And in fact, you can. What's important is you need to know the laws around unpaid internships. You need to have documented systems, you need to use agreements, and you need to manage your intern like any other employee or contractor, and you have to give challenging work. So as long as you have an agreement that says this is an unpaid internship, you're not going to have, there's no guarantee of employment after the completion of your unpaid internship. Here's the start date, here's the end date, and you give them real work, challenging work to work on, you can have an unpaid intern. There's no problem about that at all. In fact, what we did is we went out and hired Ed Easterly. He's the top labor law attorney. He actually consults for the National Associations of Colleges and Employers, and that's the #1 organization across the country in the U.S. who handles all things internships. So they have hired him as well to help them with the unpaid internship issue. I won't read everything that he says here in his quote. You can see that yourself, but I'll read just a bit of it. And he says, I can tell you that if you carefully follow the training and documents that have helped Justin and Dreama create inside their intern profit system, you'll be able to legally and ethically offer unpaid internships. Unpaid internships are nothing new, and if you follow the rules and guidelines that I worked on with Justin and Dreama inside Intern Profits, you can run a successful, legal, and ethical internship program with nothing to worry about. So you can see, you know, he's a lawyer who's helped us put this together, make sure that we're, you know, on target and we're providing the right information to make things very legal on the unpaid internship front. So why we want to now tell you why anyone or any business can do this. Some people may think, well, that's great, but I don't think an intern will work for my business. Well, it will. It'll work for anyone. It doesn't matter, you know, what kind of business you have or what phase of business you're in. So if you're a startup or you've been in business for a few years, or if you've been in business for 20, 30 years, you could have an intern. There's no reason that you shouldn't bring an intern on to help you with some of those things we talked about earlier in the presentation and to grow your business. It doesn't matter what kind of business you own. So whether it's bricks and mortar or whether it's online, whether you have you're a hairdresser or you have a chiropractor business or you have a consulting business, it doesn't matter what type of business you're in. You can use an intern to help you grow your business. All those marketing things we talked about, projects that you want to launch. We have a partner we work with, and they had an intern come in and help create a whole new product for a gift company, and it made their company like 40% increase in revenue. I mean, it's amazing, you know, what an intern can do for you. But it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. Interns can help you. And it really doesn't matter where you live. And I want to talk a few minutes about virtual interns. A lot of people know what virtual assistants are, but if you don't, and we talked about them a little bit earlier, virtual assistants are basically an assistant, but they don't work in your office. Well, an intern can be virtual as well. You can have a virtual intern. So let's just say you live in, I don't know, maybe we have somebody here in Hawaii, and you think, well, how am I getting an intern to come to Hawaii? I mean, you do have colleges and universities in Hawaii, but your pickings are slimmer, right? Well, you can have a virtual intern, and they can work from anywhere in the country. anywhere in the world on your internship. We've had an intern from the UK. We have had interns from Pennsylvania. We're in San Diego. We've had interns in San Diego. All of our interns work remotely. Even the ones in San Diego, they come in because we like to get to know them if they're here locally, but they can work virtually. So you don't have to worry about, well, I don't have a good college or university around me. It doesn't matter. You can hire an intern from anywhere in the world. And this sort of goes back to, where are we in the economy? And it's very difficult sometimes for an intern to relocate, especially if they live in, let's say, Kansas City, but they want to live in New York City. Can you imagine moving to New York City for an internship? You would be in the red after that. Well, now if you take a virtual internship, you can work for a company anywhere in the world, and you don't have to relocate. You can work on your schedule along with the business owner's schedule. There's a lot of flexibility there. So it doesn't matter where you live. You can have an intern work for you. So anyone can do this for any type of business. What I want to do now is let you hear from Maria, the realtor. You've heard a lot from me. You've heard a lot from our interns. But this is another business owner who uses interns in her business.
I'm the franchise owner of Exit Stepping Stone Realty here in San Diego. I'm a multitasker. I'm a real estate agent. I'm the manager and owner of the company, and I manage a commercial building. So I'm very, very busy. And the things that I was doing, I shouldn't have been doing. They weren't money-making, right now. Things like up until 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, doing social media and advertising and getting my advertising out. And it wasn't good use of my time. The best thing about having interns is I was able to get a lot of the things off my plate that I'm not good at. The social media, the cold calling. Social media, my target group is the people that are buying homes right now are 18 to 37. And they're on the internet. And not necessarily to find a real estate agent, but to check me out. So I needed to have a strong presence, and I had no clue what I was doing, up till 4 in the morning trying to figure out Facebook, But these kids, they know what they're doing. This younger generation, they know social media. They know the technology, and it's fun. They love it. It's like a game for them. For me, it's tedious. And I need my sleep, But no, for them it was great, and they set up some new systems that really work. It really frees my time up to be nose to nose with clients. Well, definitely you need a company to help organize it. One of the things that I started using interns before I found Justin and Dreama, and I used up a lot of my time trying to figure out how to keep these kids busy, how to keep the interns busy, keep their interest going, and you want to train them so that they have something to move forward with their careers. And so having a company like theirs really helped free that part up, helped it be more efficient and better use of my time. There's so many people that are unemployed right now, and they need new skill sets. And the kids coming out of college need skill sets. So having an intern gives them a different skill set than just school. And they appreciate it, and they are also out there enjoying the work, and then they're promoting your company as well. So it's a win-win all the way around, definitely a win-win.
Okay, so you've heard from Maria. She's a real business owner. She's using interns. So it's not just me telling you that. It's other people out there, real small business owners out there using interns. So by now you should know that interns can benefit you, the business owner. Interns are going to help you save time. By adding more manpower to your team, you're going to save an enormous amount of time yourself. For us, we spend about an average of 1 to 3 hours a week managing our interns. But we receive anywhere from 15 to 50 hours a week of tangible work product. You cannot put a dollar amount on that. That's an amazing way for you to duplicate yourself. You're going to save a ton of time. You're going to be able to work on your business, not in it. Remember, I keep saying virtual assistants are great. They help you maintain your business, but that's working in your business. That's not working on your business. That's not growing your business. Interns are going to help you juggle all those tasks. The virtual assistants help you juggle the tasks, but the interns help you do those projects that grow your business. So they help you get out of the day-to-day and help you move your business into growing, which is so important. That's what you want to do is grow your business. Maintaining status quo isn't going to get you anywhere fast. Again, building a team, this is a great, great opportunity. If you're a single business owner or you have a partner and there's just two of you, there's no way anybody can get everything done in a business that needs to get done. So you're going to be able to build a team, and it's a great way to build a team on a very low budget. You're also going to be able to test drive employees. We've talked about this before. Internships are a great way. If you're thinking, well, I would like to bring on an employee, but I know it's very expensive. We talked about that. 150 to 300% of their salary is what you could be wasting if you have to do a bad hire. Why not have an intern or a couple interns, bring on a couple interns, see how they work out, and if they work out, move them on to a full-time employee or a part-time employee or a contractor. It's a great way to test drive employees as a business owner. And, I keep saying that you can launch new projects. I love it. We just had our management meeting this morning before this call. Justin and I sat down and we said, okay, what's our to-do list? And it's getting shorter. We're marking stuff off, or we're getting things off the whiteboard. I have a clean whiteboard. It's amazing what you can do. You're going to launch new projects and actually complete existing projects. Interns are going to help you do that. They're going to keep you focused on a project from beginning to end. Having an intern on board, all of these things, they're going to benefit you, the business owner. But it also benefits the intern. And this is why it makes it a great opportunity. The intern is able to get on-the-job training, so they can go off and use that training in a future job. They're going to build their resume, and that's huge. If you don't have anything on your resume but babysitting or, working at the pool all summer, that's great. You had a job, but what skills do you have? That's fine, but if you want to go on in a professional world, you need to build your resume and have other experiences. They're going to get that amazing education. Textbook education is phenomenal. It's something that we all value, but the real-world application of what they've learned in those books, that's what's going to help them move forward and help build their possibility, to get a job long-term. And guess what? They can just test drive the employer as well. They come on board, and maybe it's not a good fit for them, so it's an opportunity for them to test drive an employer as well. And, of course, that real-world experience. So important. No value in the world can be put on that for a young new worker. So as you can see, it's really a match made in heaven. It's a solution for the business owner who can finally grow with no capital expenses, that's payroll or taxes or anything. And it's a solution for the new worker with no experience. It's a true win-win solution. What I'd like to do is take a few minutes now. You've heard all these great things about why interns are a real solution for you, the business owner, to grow your business, and how it's also a win for the intern. Something that I wanted to address is at the beginning of the presentation, we talked about how we want to transform your mindset into mentoring your way to millions. And what does that really mean? Well, most of you have probably heard of Napoleon Hill. He's a great, great, great author who wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. And one of the quotes from him is, "You give before you get." And it's a profound quote. And every successful person I've ever met in the business world and outside of the business world says two things. Do what you love and give back. So if you're not doing what you love and you're not giving back, you're never going to be successful. And what a better way than to do both of those things. If you're mentoring an intern, you're giving back. And if you're a small business owner, you love what you're doing. So you're both going to be teaching somebody about something that you love, and you're going to be giving back, mentoring your way to millions. It's an amazing thing to think about, and to start growing your business and also giving back. When you mentor an intern, you're giving back to your community by helping that intern build their resume and learn on the job. You're building the future workforce. We need a future workforce. This economy is going to turn around. We need trained, skilled workers to help turn it around. You're going to be a part of that by giving back. And more importantly, you're going to be hiring locally. Even if you hire a virtual assistant, you're likely going to be hiring someone in the U.S. If you're U.S.-based, if you're abroad, you're going to be hiring somebody from your home country. You're going to be hiring domestic, helping build the economy, rebuilding our economy. I really wanted to take a minute on that and just explain to you the power of that and the power of successful people who give back. So now that you know what interns can do for you, and you know the power of giving back by mentoring an intern and what those interns are going to do to help you grow your business, I want to take a few minutes to introduce you to our system that's going to allow you to get your internship program set up as quickly and easy as possible and give you even greater results for your business to help you grow. What we have is we have a 3-component system to help people set up find, hire, and manage their interns. The first component is our Intern Profit Systems course. Now, this course has 5 modules. And the first module is composed of these topics. It's basically how to find your intern, how to start your own internship program, how long the typical internship lasts, the types of internships that are available, the expectations of the intern, your responsibilities when hiring an intern, and paying your internship. So this module is going to help you get your internship program set up in 30 days or less. So the next module is module 2, and it's deciding what your intern will do. So it's all those projects and tasks. What's your intern going to do? Creating your list of those intern projects, prioritizing the list, deciding who's going to manage your intern, and finding the right interns. And where are the best places to find those interns? In Module 3, we tell you how to write a winning job description. We even have copy and paste job descriptions that you can use. They're converting job descriptions that we've used in our business and other businesses have used to get interns to come work for their business. We show you how to post your job descriptions and where to post them, how to screen candidate resumes, how to determine which candidate's best for you, and, of course, rejection letters. If you get interns and you just decide you're not going to hire them. In Module 4, we talk about getting your intern started quickly, managing and training your intern, motivating and critiquing and giving feedback, and what if it doesn't work? What do you do? And then, obviously, terminating an internship early, which we've only had to do once in our entire 3 years of having interns. We've had some pretty good folks come on board with us. Concluding your internship correctly, staying in touch with your intern. You never know, you might want to hire your intern. Documenting lessons learned and always improving your program, just like everything else in business. You want to always be improving. And obviously documenting everything so it's a system where you can just keep repeating and having a system of interns coming in the door. So in Component 1, the Intern Profit System course, you get our video trainings. We have written manuals. We have step-by-step instructions. We have copy and paste templates to follow. And we cover every detail that you'll ever need for finding, hiring, or managing your interns. And it's really quick and easy. So the other component of our system is our easy intern assignments. Now, these are an amazing asset, not only for your intern, but for you as a business owner. What we have is we have a video or an audio recording with an expert. We have a transcript of the recording and an action item checklist that goes along with them. Now, what these are they're actual tasks and projects that your intern can work on to help you grow your business. What we've done is we've gone out and interviewed expert faculty members, and I'm going to go through those quickly and tell you exactly what those are. And these are projects your intern can work on, and even you could be working on in your business. It's an incredible library of resources. We have 14 of them, and they're constantly growing. I'm going to quickly go through and tell you what these are right now. Our first one is WordPress with Corey Miller, and he shows you how to set up a blog using WordPress. We have blogging with Yarrow Stark. He tells you exactly how to, once you get that blog set up, what to do with it afterwards. He has tons of followers as a blogger. He's a very well-known blogger. Website analytics with Kurt Christensen. He's going to show you and your intern how to actually use analytics to make sure that all the things you're doing on your blog and your website, what's happening on there. You can, as I said earlier, you can have a website all day long, but if no one's coming to it, you don't know what they're doing. What's the point? Facebook fan pages with Craig Collins. He can help you set up a fan page and show you how to use it to drive people to your website and turn them into customers. Same with Facebook groups with Scott Bradley. He's going to show you how to use groups to drive customers and clients. Twitter with Sean Malarkey. Not only does he show you how to set up a Twitter page, your Twitter profile rather, he's going to also show you how to take people from Twitter onto your website and convert them into buyers. Press releases with Mark Hardy. You've heard the success we've had. We've used Mark's press release system and training with all of our interns, and we've been really successful. He's going to show you how to get more press, whether it's local or national or international press, depending on your business model. Search engine optimization, or SEO, with Terry Weigel. He's going to show you how to make sure your website's found at the top of Google searches, show you and your intern all sorts of things to do that. We have video search engine optimization with Peter Collette. He's going to show you how to use videos in your business to drive more leads and sales through sites like YouTube. We also have social SEO with Sam Bell. Now, we've talked about all this social media and SEO. How do you tie it all together? So Sam takes you through a course of a project where your intern and you can connect all your SEO efforts into a social SEO platform. We have teleseminars with Bob Jenkins. If you're not using teleseminars in your business, how to set them up, how you and your intern can set them up and make them a way to communicate with your community and your customers. affiliate marketing with Andy Hussong. If you don't have an affiliate program, how to set one up and what you need to do to make it successful. This is a new one. We just did this one 2 weeks ago, and that's the great thing about our Easy Intern assignments. When we meet someone who has a great product or service, or they are an expert in an area, we have them come on and do a training for our interns and our community's interns on how to do something. So his last week was on SEO backlinking, and it was a great success. He showed business owners how to be found, number one, using backlinks. All these great backlinking strategies. And we actually have one coming up tomorrow on local search. And this is with Michael X. He likes a little bit of mystery, so he's our mysterious faculty member. And he's going to show you, if you want people to find you locally, and a lot of businesses do, how to be found through local search. Most people going to Google now are looking for things in their own backyard. So he's going to show you and your intern how to do that. So that's our Easy Intern assignments. We have 14 key tasks and projects, and it's always growing. When we find new things we think our interns can work on and your interns can work on, we add those in. They're all documented systems. They're handoff ready. They solve that problem of, what does my intern do? I don't have time. Well, you've got 14 things your intern can do immediately when they come on board. And they're turnkey intern training. It makes things really simple, easy for you. Our last component is our intern profit system and database. And this is a database of colleges and universities and the contacts there. And I'm going to give you a demo here in just a minute. It's going to save you weeks of research. It's easy to use. It's simple interface. And we built it from the ground up. We went out and contacted over 400 different colleges and universities and tried to find the correct person to contact there to recruit interns from. Our favorite place to get interns are from colleges and universities. There's a lot of websites out there that you can get an intern from, and some of them are very effective. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. But we find the best place to find interns is from colleges and universities. Go and establish a relationship with a college or university, and you're going to have a ton of interns knocking down your door wanting internships. So what I'd like to do now is I'm just going to show you, this is our membership site. This is where all of our products and services are found. We also have free membership for people and a lot of training in there for individuals. But what we do is we have this database. So I'm just going to assume, Joel, what kind of intern would you like to get?
Oh, let's find someone who's going to help us build out a social network.
Okay, so an internet marketing intern.
Yeah.
Probably. And we'll do marketing too, maybe, just because they could probably do that too. And do you want somebody local to you there in Colorado, or do you care where they live?
I don't care.
So we're just going to we're going to check them all. Okay, so you want basically like a social media intern, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. Okay. So you can see for internet marketing, there's 380 different schools you can contact. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'll just go into Boston College. You'll see here we have the exact person you call at Boston College if you want to get an intern from Boston College. You have his phone number. You have his email address. You even have the post of where you're supposed to go and post your job description. So it's pretty darn easy. So all you have to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, Russell, I want to get an intern from Boston College. What do I need to do? Here's a little bit about my company. Here's all the great things I'd want an intern to work on. And if you're afraid to pick up the phone and call a school, please don't be. These schools want you to call them. Their job, their one mission in life is to get internships for their students. So they welcome your phone call. They want to work with you so that you can get the best interns from their program. So don't be afraid. And in our system, we have scripts for calling schools. So if you are a little bit nervous, we tell you exactly what you need to say to them. So you pick up the phone and you find out more about the program. In our database, you can also quickly say, okay, well, I know going in that I cannot afford to pay my intern right now, so I need to make sure the school has an unpaid program. They allow me to use unpaid interns. So they do. So great. Boston allows unpaid interns. It doesn't have to be a 4-credit internship. Some schools want you to have 4 credit. Generally, most of them will say it can be credit or no credit because we want our interns to have a lot of on-the-job experience. Boston says no virtual internships. Most of them allow virtual internships, but if you want a virtual intern, and it sounds like we probably need to find another one for you, Joel, because you want a virtual. So let's go, and we'll pick another school quickly. American University. Justin and I used to live in Washington, D.C. That's where we met, and that's where he was doing corporate America. So let's just say, okay, we found a reason that Boston College won't work because I want a virtual intern. So now we're going to use American, and they allow virtual. So now you can see the power of the database. You can go in there, find the right contact, you pick up the phone, you've got an intern coordinator on the phone, and you post your job description. Then all you have to do is go in to Module 3 of the course that we talked about, and you'll see we have a social media online job description. We actually have in the actual module, there's 11 other ones. These are, every time we create a new job description for ourselves or one of our clients, we always update it here. So you go in, you get the job description, you go back to that link, and you submit your job description, and then you have your resumes pouring in the door. So it's a pretty powerful database. It's going to save you a ton of time. So, we're pretty proud of it. We had our interns help us with it, and they got to speak to tons of colleges and universities. We've talked to a ton of colleges and universities, so it's pretty exciting. It's quick and easy. It's point and click. It's going to save you dozens of hours, and it covers hundreds of schools, and it's growing. I know we might have some people on the call maybe from not within the U.S. It doesn't mean you can't use interns from the U.S. Students in the U.S. oftentimes want to work for companies outside of the U.S., so to get that experience. So it's not just limited to our U.S.-based companies, people from outside, and we're planning on adding in some schools from Canada in the near future because we have quite a few Canadian customers. So it covers hundreds of schools, and as I said, it's continually growing, and you get lifetime access with our system. No recurring fees, nothing. It's included. So just to recap what's included in our entire complete intern profit system, it's our Component 1 is our intern profits course. It's all 5 modules. You get instant online access. It's everything you need to find, hire, and manage your intern. Component 2 is our every single easy intern assignment. It's 14 of them right now, and it continues to grow, and they're turnkey trainings. They're done for you, and they're intern ready. And, of course, our intern database. It's point-and-click access to find your next intern. So you've heard about everything in our system. You know it's comprehensive, and it's going to help you find, hire, and manage your interns to grow your business. You know how valuable this system is for any business owner by now. If you tried to do this on your own, it's going to take you thousands and thousands of hours and thousands of dollars to put this all together. We spent a lot of time. We've gone out and really done our homework and made sure that we have great tasks for your interns to work on. It's a lot of great content for you. So you might be thinking, well, how much would you expect to pay for a system like this? How much would this really cost me? So what I want to do is change your mindset and think about this for a minute. NACE, which we talked about earlier, the National Association of Colleges and Employers, they're the official all things on internships. They report that the average starting salary for a recent college graduate is $48,000 a year. So that comes out, if we all assume about an average 40-hour work week, that comes out to about $25 an hour. So the average starting salary for a recent college grad is $25 an hour. So a part-time employee working 20 hours a week is the equivalent of $500 per week, or $2,000 a month in wages. Everybody, I hope, is following the math here. So what you could do is, instead of paying someone $2,000 per month for a part-time working 20 hours a week at $25 an hour, you could invest in our intern profit system for only $19.97, and your return on investment is unlimited. And if you paid $19.97 for lifetime access to our entire system, and if all you did was hire one single intern, after the first month, you'd recoup your entire investment, and all future interns and future projects would provide you with an investment that just continued to pay dividends over time. But today we want to make it a no-brainer for everybody on the call. A lot of people have told us that the information that we include in our system and the step-by-step instructions, the videos, the copy and paste resources, everything that we give you, that you don't have to recreate the wheel and create again on yourself, we should be charging you every bit of $2,000. In fact, our easy intern assignments alone, they cost you an arm and a leg to go out and have these expert faculty members train your interns. Per hour, they charge over $200 each for their consultation, and we have 14 of them. So at $2,000, you'd be getting this deal. But today we want to make price not an obstacle for getting started. We understand that many business owners are, facing hard economic times, when we want to make this a no-brainer. We want a lot of business owners to be able to mentor the future business owners and workforce of tomorrow and grow your business and grow our economy. So because we feel really passionate about our system, we feel passionate about mentoring the future workforce, we feel passionate about businesses growing their business, it's not going to cost you $2,000 today. Today you can make a risk-free investment in the intern profit system for only $497. And really, it's really a risk-free investment. And if you're ready to get started today, all you have to do is go to the URL. You'll see it on your screen. It's newbie, NEWBIEPPC.com/interns. Or you can call our customer service is standing by. If you'd rather just call and speak to somebody live, you can call them at 1-888-291-9098. Now, we talked about a risk-free investment. We have a guarantee. We believe so strongly that our system will work and you will get an intern up and running that we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like our system, if it's not working, if for some reason, we're going to give you 100% of your money back. But I guarantee you that it's going to work. If you put the system to work, you're going to get a ton of interns helping you grow your business. One of our recent customers had this to say. He says, talk about a game changer. I already have 2 interns working for me within 2 months, and they work about 20 hours a week each for me. I haven't even called any of the schools directly, which I plan on doing soon to get more interns. Not only have they gotten good work done for me for free, but they've forced me to develop duplicatable systems for my business processes, which has really helped me to hustle and get more done in less time. Not only that, having interns make me look a heck of a lot bigger in my client eyes, which feels pretty good too. Thanks so much again for showing me a way to scale my business at near zero cost. And that's from Jesse, and he's an entrepreneur out of Denver. I don't know, Joel, you might even know him. He's nice. I've gotten to know him now over Facebook since he's become a customer. He's a great guy. But we've also included, what we want to do today for Joel and your community is we're also going to include some extra bonuses in our system. We talked about unpaid internships. We're going to make sure that you understand what's involved. We have our unpaid internships, Are You Breaking the Law report, and this is a report that we put together with our labor attorney. He's gone through it and made sure that everything's in there that you need to know to make sure you're running a good unpaid internship program. Our unpaid internship understanding of agreement, again, this is an agreement he put together for you to use with your intern when you bring them on. And he also did a 64-minute legal presentation for us in our community talking exactly to the issue of unpaid internships and making sure that you're in compliance and that you're running a good program. So, that's an invaluable bonus there. Lawyers aren't cheap, I will tell you that, but we've done all the work for you. And so it's there for your taking with our system. We also want to give you unlimited lifetime access and upgrades to our members area, all of our easy intern assignments, and our database. So there's no continuity program. There's no recurring cost involved here. We are going to give you access to anything new. Anytime we have a new job description, you get full access to that. Anytime we create a new easy intern assignment, everything, lifetime access and upgrades. And this is something we're really excited about. We've been doing what we call our Hot Seat Mondays. And these are opportunities for you to get on the phone with me one-on-one along with our community. We pick one person each week. They get 15 minutes on the call where they tell me a little bit about what obstacles they're facing, what they need help with their internship program. And we even do a lot of just general business consulting and coaching on that call. So one person each week gets an opportunity. And then we follow up the call with Q&A. And I stay on the phone until all the questions are answered. So if you have a question about, something in our process or our system, we answer those questions for you. So we cover everything. It's really comprehensive for $497. It's a no-brainer to growing your business. So if you want to get started, go to newbieppc.com/interns to get started. Another one of our recent clients, Allison, this is what she said, had to say. She said, you motivated me to hire an intern. In my corporate life, I hired tons of college grads and interns, and for whatever reason, I just didn't think to use them in my business as a solopreneur. I listened into your training, and boy, was that ever a light bulb moment that took me back to all the experience I had hiring college folks. Anyway, long story short, I'm on my second free intern and loving it. And Allison's from Georgia, and she's got up and running really quickly and using interns in her business. So you can do that too as a business owner. We're also going to offer to the first 10 people on the call who order a live 30-minute private one-on-one consulting call with Justin or myself, and that's when we're going to get on the phone with you and we're going to answer all your questions personally. We're going to make sure that you get your internship program set up fast and answer anything that you have. We'll walk you through the course. We'll help you write the job description. We'll help you identify the right task. Whatever you need, we're going to help you do that. So the first 10 people only, we're going to offer that too. So all you have to do is go to NEWBIEPPC.com/interns, or you can call us at 1-888-291-9098. So just want to quickly recap what you're going to get. You're going to get instant online access to everything, the Easy Intern assignments, the course, the database. You're going to get video trainings. We have complete checklists for not only the Easy Intern assignments, but throughout the process of finding, hiring, and managing your intern. There's a checklist involved. You get lifetime database access. You get lifetime access to everything. In fact, you get all of our Easy Interns and all the future ones. You get the live hot seat and Q&A calls. You get all of those legal compliance documents that we talked about. So you can really see it's really a comprehensive system. This is one of our other clients, Danny. He's been using our system now for over a year. And he says, "Hi, Justin and Dreama. I just wanted to say thank you for providing such an easy, simple, step-by-step system to follow. We went a little bit crazy with your product and now have over a dozen interns working for us thanks to you. We'd never figured this out if it weren't for you. Thanks so much for all your help, Danny." And he's a real estate investor in Tampa, Florida. So he sort of seized the idea and went crazy and got a ton of interns. Justin and I can't really manage that many, but he has a bigger team than we do. So he has a ton of interns working for him. So, sky's the limit. You can get as many interns as you want. But let's just think about it logically. If you just had a single intern and they work 10 hours a week, that's equivalent, if you remember the math from before, $1,000 a month in salary. So we're going to be paying them $25 an hour because these are college-educated students with skill sets, right? Well, the investment for intern profits is only $497. So a single intern makes your net cost zero after only 2 weeks. So you can see all future interns and all future months are free, and your savings are literally endless. So, it's really, really easy to get started. We have a comprehensive course and a system, everything you need to be successful with an intern program. In our system, we have our intern profit system course, our database, our easy intern assignments, and of course, all of those bonuses we talked about, our legal kit, which includes everything for having an unpaid intern, and our hot seat, our lifetime access, everything you need is included, and it's only $497. So if you want to get started, all you have to do is go to newbieppc.com/interns, or you can call us at 1-888-291-9098, and that concludes my presentation, Joel. So I hope your community got a lot out of this, and I would love to answer any questions anybody has.
Fantastic. Well, Dreama, thank you so much. And there was one thing that I wanted. I made sure not to interrupt you because you were you had already moved on. But I can't stress this enough. I've hired tons of $1, 2 hour, $2, $3 an hour workers, and many I've promoted into $4, $5, $6, $7 positions. But
Right.
It's a lot of work, and even the 1 in 10 times where I call it kissing a lot of frogs. You have to
Yes.
deal with a lot of people, and half of them work out, half of them show up, do an okay job, but it's taxing on me because I have to hold their hand and help them get up to speed. And typically they just they show up and they do what's expected. And in all fairness, we're talking about cheap labor, and that's okay. But the benefit of having someone who thinks for themselves and actually is thinking in interest of the project. I've just been recently experiencing this with a $50,000 a year employee that we have. But I almost feel silly because having that available through college interns who are working to impress you so that they have a good resume piece, that's invaluable. That's just I'm enthused myself about getting into that.
Yeah, the thing about virtual assistants, as I said, is there is a place for them, but they're not really outside the box thinkers. They are just on task, right? They do what you tell them to do, and I call it the copy and paste employees. So like a Craigslist, copy, paste, move on to the next one, or reply to customer service with canned responses. Interns, they think outside the box. They're innovative. They have creative ideas. They help you build projects, services, everything. They're really like a completely different type of resource for your business that business owners need to grow their business. So, yeah, a lot of people have that moment.
Yeah. The other thing that Justin, I think you were actually in speaking with other people, but because we had just gotten out of the panel, but I was talking with Justin, and he had said something else that really sunk in with me, that set me straight, because I was thinking, oh gosh, the churn, the idea of having churn rate and having to retrain people and redo things for people is kind of overwhelming, and that was a point of resistance for me. But Justin quickly pointed out, he said, well, that's why this is project-oriented. You're not necessarily looking for an employee unless they're a shining star and you end up hiring them long-term. But, that seemed really powerful to me of, saying, here's a project. And the great thing is I don't even have to do it. I say, go be my social media manager, watch these 3 videos that Justin and Dream have provided, and, tell me how it's going.
Exactly. And that's the key, the project-based task. And it's oftentimes I don't get to complete projects because I don't have time often to do the projects because I'm managing our company. Company is plural. So we wouldn't hire an employee either to do the project. Why would you hire an employee to do one project? I mean, you don't have enough work to hire an employee. They'd have to be a jack of all trades to get all the projects you need done completed. So you wouldn't hire an employee to do a lot of the projects because you either wouldn't have enough work for them or they wouldn't be able to do all of them. So what you do is you hire interns for specific projects that can be an expert with that project. So they're a true win-win. Do we want to take some of the questions? I see we have a few.
Yeah, I tried to kind of organize them and flag the ones that you might want. Do you want me to go through them and ask, or do you want to just read them off? Or?
Sure, I can. I'm happy to go through the ones. Jonathan's asked, and I think he's left now, are we talking about interns who are students or interns who are unemployed people who need paying work? Well, we're talking about both. Well, not really. We're talking about interns and people who need on-the-job training in order to get a paying job. So the students, that's an easy one to answer, right? They're still in school or they've just graduated and they don't have a job yet, so they need on-the-job training. But there's a lot of people who are unemployed right now who need to continue to build their skill set so that they can go and actually get a new job. And there's people who might want to change professions. There's actually a group on LinkedIn called Interns Over 40. And we've just started talking to the guy who owns that LinkedIn group. And the thing is there's so many people out of work right now, so they're willing to be an intern to build their resume further. And they don't want to, if you've been out of work for a year, it's even harder to get a job. People say, well, why haven't you been doing anything for a year? So we're talking about both the unemployed and new students or new workers entering the workforce who just graduated. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Someone says, if you feel sorry for someone who's doing free labor for you, can you give them a money bonus without getting into trouble or a gift card? You can pay your interns. We're not saying not to pay your interns. We're saying that we've had unpaid interns. So if you can afford to pay your intern, you should pay your intern. But if you want to give them, I mentioned earlier in the presentation, you can give them a stipend, you can give them a bonus, you can give them a gift card is a nice parting bonus, something that you can say thank you for all your hard work. So the sky's the limit on how you can compensate your unpaid intern as far as giving them a bonus. But if they're come on as an unpaid intern, if you're going to give them something, that's amazing, a bonus, a commission, etc. But if they're a paid intern, you just need to be familiar with your minimum wage laws in your state because you definitely need to pay them minimum wage. Let's see. How do we pay them? I think I covered that in the presentation, but I'll readdress it here. If you pay your intern, again, you have to pay them minimum wage. If you're going to pay them an hourly wage, it has to be at least minimum wage. But you can also just give them a stipend or a commission or a bonus or a perk if they're an unpaid intern. So there's lots of different ways to give them some sort of compensation if you have an unpaid intern. Let's see. Okay, do you have auto software for your interns to use that you would otherwise use yourself? Niche research, keyword research, article marketing, so on. Absolutely, we have all of that. It's not part of our intern profit system because a lot of that you have to pay for on a pay-per-use basis. So we refer to resources that we use throughout our system. For example, we use FreshBooks in our business, and that's a ticketing system where we we can track projects. So a lot of stuff that interns work on are project-based. It's a great way to track the progress of a project. So we use FreshBooks. We just started using Get Clicky to monitor our analytics. So it's like Google Analytics, but way better. So those are things, yeah, we use, and our interns use the software in our business to help us with certain projects. So it's not included in our system, but it's definitely something that you would, if anything that's going to help you do your job better as a business owner, software, systems, by all means you'd want to plug your intern into that as well. Do you usually need to train the intern on a specific area of their work, or do you try to get someone already knowledgeable in these areas? Well, you will be able to hire interns who have knowledge in an area based on what they've learned in school. So that's textbook. And they may have had another internship in the past. So they, for example, if you hire somebody who, a good example of somebody who would have a lot of knowledge coming in on a project would be if you wanted somebody to build you a website, for example. Generally speaking, you're going to go out, and the intern that you bring on board will have a lot of knowledge in how to build a website. So yes, they would be more knowledgeable. You may go out and hire someone who you want to help with your social media, and they may have a marketing background. So they're going to get it from okay, I need to, from a textbook marketing perspective, how to do marketing and promote a business and bring in customers and clients. But what you're going to have to train them or provide training for them is how to use social media to do that marketing, and that's where our Easy Intern assignments come in, is where you can train the intern on how it exactly works to drive people from Facebook to your branded site to become a customer. So you will be providing training, and that's what we cover in our system, is how to train them, whether it's if it's an area of expertise that you're really good in, like I have a PR background, I train our interns on that. And I use Mark Hardy's Easy Intern assignment, have them all go through that as well, and then I do a supplemental training along the way during their internship. So it's a combo of training them, and some of them will come in. But if you're thinking you're going to go out and hire somebody with a full suite of expertise, that's not what an intern is. That's a contractor, and they're a very expensive person to bring on. So there is going to be some training involved, but a lot of these people will come in with a great, suite of resources at their disposal that they've learned in school. If you set their hours, it is not a criteria of an employee. Actually, that's a great question. For employees, it is a criteria for employees. For unpaid interns, you can still set some hours for them. We like to use virtual interns, so we have a very flexible work schedule, but it's not a criteria that would classify them as a full-time employee. I think you're confusing that with whether someone's an independent contractor versus an employee. That's a big one. From a tax perspective, not to digress into legal and tax issues, but it's actually a qualifier whether someone's a contractor. You can't set the hours for your contractor. If you do, then they're considered an employee. So that's actually applicable to contractor versus interns. Another one is, this is from Kurt. He says, I work out of my home and have no room for another person. Is it convenient for them to work from their homes via tech hookup? Absolutely. You obviously wouldn't want an intern coming to your home. If you need an intern that's in your same area and you want to work face-to-face with them, then you should set up an arrangement where you would meet them at Starbucks or one of the remote work environments where you could meet them, like a Regis or something, if you needed to work with them face-to-face. But we don't work with any of our interns face-to-face unless they're here in San Diego, and we just do it we want to take them to lunch sometimes. We'll have a face-to-face meeting with them. But all of them are virtual, so all you need is Skype, email, a phone, and you're pretty good. It's almost like being face-to-face. In the world we live in right now, it's an international commerce, so a lot of times you're oftentimes working with people you never see. I've actually never met our developer, and he's been working with us for 5 years. I've never met my virtual assistant. She's been working with me for 4 years. So it can work in the same way. You just need to obviously have systems in place to make sure the communication is a really good communication tools in place for that. The other thing I would say is we do this with not only our contractors but also with our interns. Is we have anybody who works for us every day they work for us to send us an email summarizing what they've done. So we have them answer 3 questions, what they accomplished today, any problems they faced, and any questions they have. So that's a great way to manage your intern, and all this is in our system, and we give you other tips and techniques to managing your intern. But a lot of the stuff applies to anybody who ever works for you. Let's see. Just trying to see which other ones here. Lots of good comments. That's good. Sorry, Joel, I'm just scrolling here. Okay. Does Craigslist provide quality interns? I've heard of people having success there, and it's definitely a place for you to get interns. However, you will be flooded with applicants, and there will be a massive elimination process. So we do not encourage that. Craigslist can be a really weird place. It's a great place to get rid of unused furniture you don't want anymore. I'm not sure it's the best place to recruit employees. That's why we recommend our #1 favorite places to go straight to colleges and universities. The students have already been vetted. Some of them need college credit, so they have more skin in the game. But I would, Kurt, if you use Craigslist and you're successful or unsuccessful, I'd love to hear your story if you go that route. I've only heard bad stories. I'd love to hear a good one. If you're successful, I'd like to know how you did it. So we don't recommend it, I guess is the short answer to that. Let's see. Joel, your group loves to chat. I love it.
Yeah, it's a chatty group.
Yeah. Okay. So Kurt has, about the Department of Labor issued fact sheet 71 last year, I think it's been a year, April, talking about the requirements for an intern to be unpaid. They must meet these requirements. So there's been some controversy around it, and that's why we hired a labor attorney who consults to the top organization in the U.S. On unpaid internships, and that's why we put together the unpaid internship agreement, the legal report, and the presentation to make sure that you're in compliance with the labor law checklist. So Kurt, that's in our legal kit, and that's part of our course and our system, and that's how you'll be in compliance to offer an unpaid internship. Number 4, I don't know what that means. Can you do a W-9 for subcontract labor? W-9s are not applicable for interns unless you're paying them. And subcontract labor, I think you're talking about, again, for an independent contractor. So no, a W-9 wouldn't apply for an intern. I've had employees who are new college grads and have issues with attitudes and work ethic, specifically a sense of entitlement. How do you handle that if you experience that? We personally have not had that issue. We've only gotten rid of 1 intern in the last 3 years, and that was because lack of work product. Most of the people we hire, I've interviewed a couple of those, and I didn't hire them because the truth is there's a lot of people, not just new college grads. I run across them at lots of events that I go to who seem to have a sense of entitlement as well. So I think I understand that there's a lot of people who feel that age group has a sense of entitlement. You can weed those people out really fast in the interview process. It's going to come out in the interview, and if it doesn't come out in the interview, and it does as soon as they start showing that, in business you would fire them just like you would fire any other employee. But we personally have not had that issue at all with our interns that we've hired. I've interviewed 2 interns that I did not offer a job to, that I could sense that already over the phone. So I would say, when you're interviewing these people, it's just because they're going to be possibly an unpaid intern doesn't mean that you shouldn't treat the process of hiring them and bringing them on the same way you would, an employee or a contractor, anyone, because it's your time, it's the intern's time, and you want somebody that's going to do great work for you. So you want to dedicate to making sure you find the best person. Let's see. I think we may have all the questions, unless anything else has come in that you see, Joel. Have I missed anything?
You know, the only other thing, maybe it would just be worth a recap. There were a couple that in earlier that might have been mixed with other chat stuff, but you know, they were just saying, could you reiterate the bonuses?
Sure.
And obviously the price is sitting there on the screen, so we're good there. But
Sure.
just the bonuses for signing up as a result of listening to this.
Sure. So our bonuses are, as I talked about, all of our legal documents, everything that we paid an attorney to do if you want to offer an unpaid internship. So that's our legal agreement, the unpaid internship legal agreement, our free report talking about all the legality around offering unpaid internships. And it actually also covers just all the legalities around having an intern work in your office, just like anybody else working in your office. So it's sort of a bonus in there talking about those sides of having people work for you as employees or interns. And then, of course, the presentation he did. So it's literally a presentation he put together just for us, talking about all the issues around it and explaining it in plain English. So you get that. You also get our calls on Mondays, which are our hot seat Mondays, and that's where we pick one person from the group each week, and we talk to them about any problems they're having, and we work through it so the community can hear about it and learn from that. And we also do Q&As, and we answer all the questions until the very end and make sure we get everybody's questions answered. We also, the other bonus is lifetime access. We're not going to charge you for anything in the future. We don't charge for any new easy intern assignments we come out with. We don't charge for the database on a continuity program. Anything new we add to the course, including new job descriptions, we don't charge for that. So it's that lifetime access and all future upgrades. You get that as well. And then we were offering for the first 10 buyers today, Justin or myself will get on and do a one-on-one consultation with you for 30 minutes, making sure that you understand everything involved with getting the intern set up, answer any questions you have. You know, hopefully by then you've gone through the course a bit so that we can help you if you need help crafting the job description or deciding which project would be better for your business. It's really 30 minutes with us, one-on-one, whatever you need to help you with your business, to grow your business using interns. So those are the bonuses that we have to offer. And, you know, getting one intern on board, it pays for itself. You just have to hire one intern and have them complete one project. It's pretty amazing, the ROI here that you get with using interns.
Fantastic. Dreama, thanks so much for sharing all of this. And you know, I just think, and also for providing this at such a great rate. I mean, quite frankly, this is all stuff that we could fumble through and try to figure out ourselves. But at that price, it's not even worth doing that. I mean, there's hundreds of hours of research and dozens, if not several dozens of hours of training and so on. And, you know, to just be able to jump right in and learn the system and have the job descriptions written and so on, you know, I think that's a great value. And I appreciate you passing that on to our members and letting them do that at a discounted rate. That's what, half off from what they would pay on your public website?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for your entire community. So, you know, we think it's a great opportunity, and I think people would be crazy if they don't do it. You know, other people, we're out talking about this all the time. You know, we're doing another presentation for another organization this afternoon. We just did something on Monday, so word's getting out. Lots of people are doing this. It's a new economy, and we all have to grow our businesses some way. So it's new and innovative ideas to grow your business. So we'd love to have your community on board. You know, we're here to help them grow their internship program. So.
Fantastic. Well, Dreama, thank you so much for providing that information. And folks on the call, I hope that you were able to take something away from it and can share your success stories with the interns you start hiring to grow your own businesses. So
thanks a lot for having us, Joel. And again, if people have questions, you know, feel free to send them our way. I'd be happy to answer any other follow-up questions people might have.
Fantastic. So just one last time, folks, if you have questions, feel free to pick up the phone. That's, by the way, a very impressive thing. Not all folks have that. But 888-291-9098. And of course, you can go to the registration page at newbieppc.com/interns, and that will get you this webinar-only pricing that is not available on their public website. So thanks again, everyone, for your great questions, great feedback, and Dreama, thank you. Say hi to Justin for me.
I will. Thanks again.
All right. Bye.
Bye.